Hi, Anne. Thanks for welcoming me here.
Yes, it's so sweet to have you at the field. We've been talking about it for a while, so it's so fun to have you out here.
So tell us where we're at.
This is the Dahlia House flower field. So I rent some property from my dear friends, Stephanie and Levi Ware, and yeah, we have about 43 to 4,500 dahlia plants out here, and probably about 500 varieties. And yeah, but we cover probably just about a half an acre because we plant them pretty close together, give them lots of nutrients and stuff. So yeah.
Wow, and this is your dahlia tuber inventory for 2026.
Yes, this is all of, well, I shouldn't say it's all of our inventory. I work with my two dear friends who we've been moms alongside each other for the past 20 years. So there's some dahlias at their houses too. Okay, but this is the majority of them. So yeah.
So Anne, when did you originally move here and plant this? I mean, is this multiple years in the making?
I had another really sweet friend that I rented property from. I think we did a field 2021 and 2022 together. And then it was so much work, I was like, I'm never doing a field again. And then we got talking with Steph and Levi. They're like, we have all this room. Why don't you plant some flowers? And we ended up with, when you divide your dahlia tubers, there are a lot of them that are maybes. Maybe they have an eye, maybe they don't. And so we had them in my walk-in cooler thinking, oh, they're not going to eye up. And we ended up with like thousands of dahlia tubers. We were like, it's kind of late to sell them. We have so many. And then Steph and Levi were like, come plant at our house. So this is our third year here, and it's been great. It's been great to work alongside their nonprofit. It's a really sweet partnership that we have, and it's just a gorgeous setting. Yeah, it's ridiculously gorgeous.
You're in Skagit Valley agriculture land.
I know.
The day is very overcast, but that makes the dahlias glow, in my
I know,
opinion.
me too.
So I'm curious to ask how you've got this arranged. It's not really by palette. Is there a method to your madness?
It's so funny because I've had other people like, I love ombre, I love color coding things. Yeah. And I've had other people help me with that over the years, or just give them that job, be like, here, you're in charge of that this year. And every year it's different depending on who does it. So this past year, it was my friend Kristine and I, because Lauren was busy, and I just did it on the fly. And so I just chunked a bunch of colors together. And so this is what we have. So we have I think it's more like light to dark here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So we've got all the whites, the blushies. Somehow on the end, K.A. Mocha Katie was not labeled correctly, and she got in with the whites. So
I see that. It's kind of nice if someone's interested in just seeing whites.
Yeah.
Or wedding colors.
Yes.
That's over here.
Yeah, that's true actually. I am such a fan of white and green. I love monochromatic, so I also love all the colors, but I do like having just my whites and blushies over here. So yeah.
And then you kind of have orangey, gold, moving toward the pink, toward the dark.
Yep, pinks, yep. And so, yeah, the last row, we have our one and only dahlia seedling that's made it. This is its 4th year growing.
Oh, are you willing to show it to us?
Yes, I can. We have probably 12, we planted 12 tubers, I think. But yeah, we like it. It's a fan favorite here at the Dahlia House field. So
does she have a name?
No, and we are for sure not going to let our husbands name them, because they have when Seth and Taylor get together, they dahlia names are weird, and so they have their own ideas, and they are pretty inappropriate. So anyway, we're not
going. I once did a story with Jackson Perkins Rose's breeder. I mean, this was over a decade ago, and his wife was in marketing, and she's like, men are naming these roses, and they should not be naming them, because women are the customers.
I know.
And there was a whole story about that. And so I think your customer, you know what they respond to in this. I mean, what I'm seeing is just this beautiful petal arrangement, and then this color that's very tonal, like it goes from raspberry to watermelon almost.
Yeah. And
what color do you call it?
No. And then later in the season, that's exactly what we call it. Later in the season, it can get, or when it's more sunny and hot, it gets kind of a light peach. So the petals go two-tone. They've got a stripe down the middle of them, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, you kind of see it right here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's blown open, but you can see it. Oh.
Yeah, and it's got really deep green foliage, which I love, and dark stems. Right. So, you know, it's good.
Could you describe the parentage? Like, do you know how you got to this point?
We have no idea. It's all, I don't have the patience or concentration, or I don't know what it is to hybridize my own. So we just, you know, we're like, oh, we've got some room left in that row. Let's throw in some seeds. So this is just one of them that was there. We were like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let's put it in next year. And then every year we've been able to grow more and more of it. And we're like, oh, we like this one. Yeah.
Wow. I love it.
Yeah, thanks.
So at some point in the future, you'll have enough inventory to be able to release it?
Yes, yeah. Actually, it's possible that we could release it next year. Okay. So like in April of 2026.
So if people are watching and following your catalog, they'll see something to the effect of the one and only Dahlia from the Dahlia House. So they won't have to take notes. Like,
they won't. This is the only one. And if it's called porcupine chain smoker, then the husbands have won.
Yes.
But it probably won't be called that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were saying that you're planting these 12 inches apart, and is it a double row? Or?
It is a double row, and around here in this specific field, all fields are different. Even in the Skagit Valley, this has a pretty high water table, and so we wanted, you know, a lot of out here is really sandy, loamy soil, but the water table is high here. So what we've done is we've mounded the rows. We put every year probably about at least 4 inches of compost. Yeah. And then the walking paths are a little bit valleyed. And I did that because I have one time had like a headlamp on. It was 2 a.m. at the other field, like thinking a flood might come tonight. We have to get these out. And I never want to do that again if I can help it. Yeah.
The
so
valleyed paths then just take the drainage. In addition to the mounding.
Yes. Yeah. So if it was just, you know, if we get in November that's just dumping and dumping and dumping, which is a possibility, it just elevates the tubers a little bit so they're not sitting in a puddle.
So you started as a Dahlia company, is that correct?
I was a stay-at-home mom. I was not trying to make a company at all. I've had.
Please tell me you don't have a business plan. That would make me so relieved.
Oh no, I don't know. Are you kidding me? No, I don't even think I'm capable of having a business plan with this ADHD happening. But no, the whole way that this started was on a super sad. In 2020. I made a bunch more beds because my husband was home and working from home, and I usually have put cardboard. Like I live up by Mount Vernon High School, and I farm in between the sidewalk and the street, so it's all grass. And I had before, with the first beds that I put like 2 layers of cardboard and then a bunch of compost and 3-way soil on top. But this was like a wham, bam, slam. Oh, Taylor's, he's home from work. Can you build me a bunch of beds? And it was on a slope, all these garden beds. So we dug into the hillside and just flipped it over. So it was really choppy and I couldn't put really a good cardboard layer. And so I was like, oh, you know what? Let's just, I'll just put compost and everything will be fine. The point is that, I don't know if have you heard of wireworms? Deborah?
No.
Okay, so
I don't know if I want to know about them.
Okay.
W-I-R-E?
Yeah, wireworms. Yeah, they're about an inch long. They're kind of a really light yellow cream color, and they will. Dahlia tubers are their favorite things in all the land. Those of you who might be turning lawn into garden beds, just make sure that you put a couple layers of cardboard, because once you put the cardboard down and start growing things, the wireworms will leave. If you have them there, they will leave because they're going to run out of food, because there's just going to be cardboard on top. There's a barrier there. And yeah, so anyway, I lost 95% of my tubers that year. And this is like so much birthday money. And I had saved this collection for at that point, it was like a 17-year collection that I had been collecting them. So after like tons of tears, I was like, well, hang on, it's 2020. And if I get a business license, I could buy some wholesale. And then maybe I can like not have to sell a child or a kidney, and I can get some dahlias back. So I did that. I put my big girl pants on, made a website, got a business license, ordered a bunch wholesale. And to make a very long story much shorter, there was a bunch of shipping delays that next year. And so the Dahlia tubers came late, and they just didn't look good. And I was like, well, I'm going to keep my eye on these for a little bit before I ship them out. And as they started waking up, I just noticed disease on them, like some gall. And so long story short, I basically called all my customers. I had sold out of many varieties. Like, we were going to go to Hawaii.
So basically, the sale had already occurred, and now you had to do fulfillment.
Yes, exactly. So I had a big sale at Christmas time, and not just paid for all the Dahlia tubers, but like I said, it was like a life goal to take our 4 girls to Hawaii. So that was happening. But then the tubers came, they were diseased, and I was like, there's no way. Like, I'm not planting this in my garden. I don't want other people to plant this in their garden. And so I emailed my customers fully expecting just some disappointment. I was like, Anne, don't take this personally. People are just going to be really frustrated. And I did not get one snarky email, not one. I had so many people just be really thankful. I taught them what gall was, and like took pictures and showed them what they were talking about. A lot of people didn't know what it was. And so many people were like, you have a customer for life. And I was like, this is like my 2nd year in a row now that I've had like I'm left with no Dahlia tubers. Wow. I'm so sad.
First the worms and now the gall.
Yeah, first the worms and now the gall. And I was like, clearly God does not want me to be doing, like, I need to stop. And thank goodness my husband and my therapist were both like, nope, you need to become a farmer. So this is their fault.
You need to start growing your own tubers.
Yeah.
So that you control the quality.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
It took a while then.
It did take a while. Yeah. So, so 2021, I ended up basically reaching out to a bunch of Dahlia societies, because those will be people that know more about gall and the different diseases and stuff. And so it's a lot easier to get really good, clean stock. So
through the Dahlia societies, you were able to build your inventory of tubers of healthy.
Yeah. Yes, of healthy stuff.
Tubers.
Yeah. Yeah. It was mostly, there's Dahlia societies all around here, obviously. And then even in other states, they would have their online sales after their locals had done their shopping. And so I would just nab up tubers. And it was funny because I really wasn't keeping track of how many I was getting. And, when they go live, they're all getting snagged out of your cart. It's like this frenzy. And so I thought, I missed this one. And I didn't realize that I ended up with about 700 tubers and I thought I was going to plant it at my house. And I was like, I need a field. So my friend, that's my first friend, who's so lovely, said, yeah, come and plant in my field. We'll till some more.
So that year, 2021,
mm-hmm.
Or was it 2022?
It was 2021 is when I was going to call it quits. Not on growing dahlias, but on trying to get my collection again quickly. I was like, oh, this is just going to take years. And so that's when I started calling all the Dahlia societies, finding out when their sales were. So
by 2022, you were able to ship out to customers again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I know.
And all those people just waited for you to get back on track. And people you had emailed 2 years earlier.
Yeah, I have returning customers that are from 2020, my original sale in 2020, which is so sweet that they stuck by me. But yeah, I can't believe it that they were so gracious. Yeah, it's a story that I just want to shout from the rooftops. People are talking about all the kind of negativity and the strife and everything. I'm like, well, I had a really, really sweet experience, people.
I think it's just a kind of testament to gardeners and their generosity. Mm-hmm. But you had to be honest and not try to pull a fast one on them.
Oh gosh, no.
They would have detected that.
Well, actually, they probably wouldn't have. A lot of them wouldn't have, and I'm not okay with that. Gall is not something that you want to. Once you plant it in your ground, it gets in your soil, and so I mean, there was a lot of the tubers that looked totally fine. That's the thing with gall; it spreads through water and bacteria with touch, and so a ton of the tubers looked totally fine. So if there was one in that group, I was like, this whole variety is going in the trash.
How do you monitor that now, and how do you have gall issues or?
Yeah. Anytime you're getting product from any other garden, yes, you can. Which means, like, if you get it from us, you can get something that we didn't know had gall, but does have gall. Usually, it takes about a year to even show up on the tuber that it has it. So, and there are things. It's interesting because. Like in the dahlia world, people got super duper freaked out because of gall and ended up in virus and ended up chucking a bunch of things that were just kind of on the struggle bus a little bit and going to be totally fine, just stressed.
Oh, it's hard to know then.
It is hard to know. There's a couple of, and I can mention them to you so that you can attach them to this video if you want. But yeah, Santa Cruz, Kristine, and her husband Brian do a great job of talking about virus. Brian especially on his Instagram, and then Kristine from Misfit Dahlias is also, she's got tons of really good information on dahlia disease and stuff. So, and yeah, and I think that it's hardly ever that anyone has a stress-free, like the dahlias would have a stress-free season. Like there's things that can make them present like they have maybe a virus or maybe some issues. And it's just, I was talking to you about the voles. Like we have voles that have come and eaten a bunch of our dahlia tubers underground, and it makes them look really stressed and diseased, and then they end up dying. But that's not a bacteria.
That's a different symptom.
That's a different symptom. There's nothing we could do about that. They were healthy and they got eaten.
So tell me about what's going to happen here then.
Yes, yeah, we tend to these until the first frost. They are just hitting their stride now. I don't know if you want to go see down the aisles. Yeah. You'll see some deadheading having happened, but yeah, they're just coming into their glory days now, right?
Who is this?
This is Andy's Legacy.
Oh, that
so
is
pretty.
You would call this a dinner plate.
Yeah, it's approaching on dinner plate. It's, this is
outside petal.
I know.
So
ridiculous.
So this is, this there's demand for this one.
Yeah, this one's been around for a while, but I just love it.
I see you have like 5 or 6 of those.
Yes. So here's Andy's Legacy. Here's Labyrinth, which is another really pretty one.
I've seen this before.
Yeah.
They have some similarities.
Yeah.
But there's more pink in this one.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I color code my, my thing. So this one is, oh, it's not Caribbean Fantasy. Dang it! I always forget the name of this one. But this is No Net. When you get to 500, they get kind of like squirrely in your brain. Oh, yeah. No Net I love because the stems are super long, and she's just something you don't see all the time every day. So.
When people, your customers, are they home gardeners or are they small-scale flower farmers or a bit of both?
They are a bit of both, for sure. I think that so many small gardeners now or home gardeners are expanding their space and just realizing how healthy it is to have your hands on the dirt and how rewarding it is. And honestly, how community building it is, I feel like. So, I have more and more just home gardeners. But I think that there's more and more home gardeners becoming like almost small time flower farmers now because it's just so fun. Yeah, like me. That's so true. I think that they're so beautiful, and dahlias specifically are so unique. They come in so many different size, shapes, and colors that they're just unexpected. Every single variety kind of stops you, or you'll connect with one, and it slows you down. I think that biologically, literally your nervous system benefits. So, I have people come and I watch them be different. Like I watch the flowers change them. I watch them slow down. Things are going to be okay. One of the ways that I love to start any workshop or event out here is to say, I don't know what your day's been like or your week or your month, but like right here, right now, you're here, and these flowers love you and I love you, and you can just slow down and be, and it's just, the eye candy is, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so special.
It's so special.
I know you have something coming up on the 13th of
Oh,
September.
yes.
This will come out after that, but maybe you can talk a little bit about that so people can, and maybe it's the first of many.
Yeah, well, I certainly hope so. so we were talking about business plan. Like we'll see what happens here. But yes, so 2 of my Dahlia heroes, Kristine Albrecht, who's out of Santa Cruz, and Hailey Sly, who is out of Olympia, Washington, just south of here, are coming to the field and going to be talking about their process and the things that they know. They are 2 extremely talented artists, Dahlia artists, I would like to say. And we have Hailey's whole collection here, which is such an honor. The only other place that exists is in her own backyard.
We can walk over there after.
Oh yeah.
Are you ready to do that now?
Yeah,
or?
sure,
Okay,
whatever.
Good,
Okay. So yeah, we have hers, we have my planters missed the memo. We were going to have all of Kristine's in one section as well, but they are scattered through the entire field. Okay. Sorry about that, Kristine.
Well, when she's here, she'll see her babies.
Yes, yeah, she will. Yeah. So in this row is some of Kristine's amazingly beautiful, ridiculous. Like, look at the stems and the stem structure, and yeah, just so many blooms. And this is early September, so this is like, some of the varieties haven't even gotten going, and we still have so many. I know. So the rest of these rows are Hailey's, and no, she's not open to the public. She is like early mama stage, little kids, and it took me, like, I'm 46. I only have 1 kid left at home, and now I can think about like having things weeded really properly. Right. Hailey has an amazingly gorgeous garden, but I think just capacity wise, she's busy doing this. I'm not busy doing like hybridizing. I just love to be like a cheerleader and a showcase for the cool stuff that people are doing. So, so far, like Hailey and Kristine are just my first 2 collections that I have here. And, but it's just such a beautiful thing, because these people are doing this work and doing this Dahlia art and hybridizing and spend years doing that. And so they're saying, hey, come, give us your stuff. And they have a platform from which to showcase and sell their tubers. So hybridizing is a labor of love. It takes years and so much like loss. There's so many that don't make the cut.
Because this represents a fraction of all the seedlings that Hailey probably has.
Oh right? Yeah, I mean, for every one, like, look at this ridiculousness. Oh, I know.
Beautiful.
I know. For every one that makes it, there's probably, I mean, I don't know, 200 that don't, yeah. Seeds that, so. And years, right? Yeah, and years. It takes at least 4 years to get it out and on the market, just to make sure that the tubers store well. And it comes back true that genetically it's stable. And there's just a lot of things that go into it. They want, florists want certain colors and hues and petal shape and structured stems, long, strong stems. That's one of the things that Hailey's just knocks out of the park, is all of her dahlias. The stems are just incredible for work, for floral work.
So with Hailey and Kristine both, and obviously maybe sometime I can talk to them about this, but is the breeding motivated by the floral industry or the dahlia enthusiast, or a little bit of both? Do you know?
I can speak more, I think, to Kristine's. She was noticing that she's been doing dahlias for a long, long time, had noticed that there was a lot of reds and yellows, and I think we talked on here about how guys were naming dahlias. Did we talk about? Yes. Yeah. So, which is great. I love that. I see guys get into flowers here at this field all the time. But I think that Kristine was like, oh, she offered wholesale flowers, and she's like, there's florists who are wanting different colors that don't exist on this market. So she got into it that way. Yeah, I think that there's been, I think that there are so many people who are, the colors have shifted from red and yellow. Nothing against red and yellow, but there's so, there's just so much softer and different colors now. So yeah, people are attracted to that, and we can't really keep up with demand yet. I keep on thinking that some year there's going to be like no one that shows up because they're like, hey, look, our beds are full, we're good, and that's not the case. Right. It makes me so happy.
I tell you, this weather is perfect for that.
Yeah.
So how fun! So this day on the 13th, you said it's open to the public, but really it's for people interested in hybridizing.
So we'll have something on the 6th, just this Saturday, where we open up the field. It's more like an open house. Like, come bring your kids, play cornhole, grab a hot dog, and just let mom and dad and the kids too, like walk through the flowers.
These gorgeous babes.
Yeah. So, but the event on the 13th is, specifically for people that have been following Hailey along, or Kristine, or both, and want to hear from them, want to meet them. They're just two very inspiring and generous people, and so I think that there's a ton of interest in just meeting them and hearing. Love it. I mean,
oh my gosh, what a beautiful.
Gigi.
This is called Gigi?
Yeah, just ridiculous.
Yeah, well named.
Yeah.
Very French.
Yes. Yeah, she's got great names.
Well, let's go sit down and continue the conversation. Is there anything else you want to mention while we're out here?
These flowers love us. They just speak.
You said that about when your students come, that they should just let the flowers love them, and you're intuitive about that.
Yeah. No, you can't not feel it. Like last year, was it last year or the year before, I had a friend come out, and it was, her daughter was getting married, and it was the day before, and the bridal party came out to harvest all the flowers. That sounds like so dreamy and Instagram worthy and everything. She pulled up into the field about 20 minutes after everybody got here, was literally like dropping F-bombs. So like stressed out and tense and everything. And I just we've been friends for a long time. And I said, look, I don't like to tell anybody what to do, but can you do me a favor? And I gave her a bucket with water and some snips. And I said, can you just not talk to anybody for 20 minutes and just cut whatever makes you happy? And she stayed for 2 hours, and she was giddy by the time that she left. And she was like, how did you know? This is exactly what I needed. And I was like, well, you can't not be changed when you see this kind of caliber of beauty, and it just makes you slow down and makes things melt away. So
that's a great story.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are, and thanks for sitting down with me after this beautiful tour. I really want to dig deeper into your story. How do you describe the Dahlia House as a business now?
Oh gosh. That's a hard question to answer.
You have so many different facets, right?
We do. We have a lot of different facets. So, we are definitely growers and tuber producers, but Dahlias were my gateway drug. And there's lots of other things that I've kind of dipped my toe into and now have fallen madly in love with. So one of them is Anemones and Ranunculus. So
I witnessed that.
Yes.
At the flower show.
Yeah.
February is when everybody's thinking about, oh my gosh, I've got to plant these, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's a great time. February and March is a great time to get them planted for a lot of different parts of the country, specifically around here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are, I dove deep into anemones and ranunculus, and I keep the ranunculus, there's hybridizing happening there that is so exciting. Some of the stuff coming out of Italy is ridiculous. They've got really good genetics. And so yeah, I love to make basically ridiculously gorgeous flowers that look like high end out of a magazine. I want like my neighbor to have them on her kitchen table.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Not just in some luxury Parisian flower shop.
Right.
But right here in your backyard.
Might as well.
Yes.
Right? Might as well. So
while the tubers you are growing,
mm-hmm.
it's probably not possible to produce the varieties of ranunculus and anemones, the corms yourself. Is that correct?
I mean, it would be possible if we wanted to farm it, but there's breeding rights, and so so I don't have permission to have those. I mean, nobody does
to produce those.
Yeah, to produce those at all. So they've got pretty tight standards, especially the ones from Italy, and I can see why. They're amazing. But
there's a license fee that you pay to be able to bring them to your customers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is just the cost of having pretty.
Exactly. There's another t-shirt.
The cost of pretty.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But it's relationships. I mean, you had to develop these sources.
Yeah.
Not everybody can just go get a small garden's worth in quantity, which is why they need to go through someone like you who can get meet the minimums?
Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely do. And yeah, we end up ordering a lot. There's so much interest. I think that ranunculus were one of those flowers that everyone loved. They didn't know how to pronounce, first of all.
They still don't.
Yeah, whatever, it's fine. But they don't realize that they are, especially with the genetics that they in certain varieties have, they are hardy. And you can, around here, they're perennials. Yes. So that just kind of, like when I found out that not all genetics were created equal, and I was able to source ones that were able to perennialize here, or at least grow. Like I've got growers in Alaska, I've got growers in Hawaii.
Wow. So
I know.
The full spectrum of zones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's obviously
just-
going to be different times that they plant them.
And maybe they don't winter over.
Right. They would have to pull them and then
Yeah.
protect them, just dry them and use them again. So yeah, they can't perennialize in Alaska. But no, it's pretty amazing.
When did you add ranunculus and anemones to your catalog?
Oh, that's a great question. I am not exactly sure.
Maybe like 3 or 4 years ago?
Probably.
Okay.
It was probably about 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and the demand is just, it's crazy.
The person who's groovy into your dahlias is going to want your other selections, your ranunculus and anemones, because maybe you're bringing that onto their radar and telling them they can grow them too.
Yes. Yeah. And showing them how. You know, I was just a very busy mom of 4 kids. And so the only hobby that I was able to eke out was my flowers. And so there was just lots of plant death around me. But
You're talking like 15 years ago or so?
Oh yeah, or 10 or 5. I mean, sometimes still. But my point is that in order, like that narrowed down the flowers, because I have interest in, I love color, I love shape, I'll try anything. But the things that I sell are things that that stay alive even if you semi-negate them.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're setting your customers up for success more readily than something complicated like, dare I say, Lysianthus.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay.
Just order plugs, people. Just order plugs.
The quantities that people buy ranunculus and anemones in, do you have set quantities like 10 of each variety, or how do you sell it?
10 of each variety.
Okay, changing things up a little bit. You told me you have some new crops you're going to be bringing into your catalog.
Yes, we just dipped our toe in last year, and there was a really good response. And also, I was just able to access tons more. So we have both freesia that we're debuting a bunch of new varieties of, and some gladiolas.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're super easy to grow. The freesia can't get super cold, but for tons of the US it will be awesome. So we're and it smells amazing.
So how did these glads have had a bad rap for a long time as funeral flowers, old-fashioned. Freesia, I think maybe people think they're fussy or difficult. Like I didn't know about the cold thing, but like why are they, like it's the timing perfect to repopularize them, or you're going to be their ambassador.
I love being a cheerleader. So so I'm not sure, I just love them. And so, you know, like I said, dahlias were my gateway drug. I got into anemones and ranunculus and I figured those out. So maybe I'm just
keep working through the catalog.
I am. I'm just like, what else is there? So, but yeah, I've just seen some floristry work with freesia and with glads. I think that actually Brenna from Three Brothers Blooms has posted a few glads, and she might have been bitten by the same bug. I just think they've got very different structures, and so can do a lot of different things in the vase and in arrangements. Gladiolas are big, and I love doing big arrangements.
Yes.
So
they will do your dahlias justice in the vase.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's just my next thing.
Great. And so how are you selecting? Are you selecting by, you mentioned fragrance with the freesia, but I'm assuming your same discipline about color and form is coming to those two flowers. Yes.
So, I try to have something available for everybody, but then there's just my jam and what I like. So I tend to the, to the blushy, to the pastels. I have thrown in some, a little bit more deep jewel toned colors,
moodier colors.
Yeah, moodier colors, exactly. But I would say like form, holding in a vase. Fragrance is important if you can get it, which is funny because Anemones, Ranunculus, and Dahlias, you have no. I think I need to open a perfume line or something.
This is your first deep dive into fragrance. I love it.
Yeah. There's some peonies that we have that have been really, really good smellers, but so I'm just really excited. I'm really excited to grow more of them and work with them and design with them. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
What else am I skipping? What am I missing? I know you've got your wallpaper line.
Yes, we do. We have, I'm lucky enough to have one of my good friends who now works with me. She's an amazing photographer and has taken some really awesome photos. It's funny because at the Flower and Garden Show, our booth, everybody for the first couple of years said, oh, they thought that we were selling art. And we're like, no, this is like our menu. You can come and pick out, these are the Ranunculus.
You had the booth set up like a gallery though, so the framed photos were of the varieties you were selling.
Right.
But it was very beautiful.
I love beautiful things, so why not?
The way you presented it.
Yeah. So anyway, year 3 at the show, we were like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and sell art as well. So we have some prints on our. I think when this airs, they will probably be 30% off actually.
Okay.
And wallpaper, it's peel and stick. We were working with a company who is very eco-conscious, and it's fully recyclable when you're done with it, but it will last like 10 years.
Wow.
It's wipeable, so you can throw it in your kitchen and have little kids.
What I loved about the designs is that they're basically enlarging these beautifully photographed blooms in a very artful way, so it creates its own pattern.
Yes, yeah.
But, just arresting to look at, and I've been lusting after them. I have to figure out how to crack the code of wallpaper on my textured walls.
Oh, that is a code. But I think that there's a primer that you can use that helps.
I need to have some kind of layer first before I can attach the wallpaper.
Yeah.
That's my winter project.
I like it.
I also purchased a couple vases from you at the flower show that your daughter
Emma
threw. So is she still creating pottery?
She is. She was actually we just put her on a plane about a week ago. She is working on her master's. She wants to become a therapist. She actually would love to do art therapy with her ceramics.
She'll do it.
She's so cool. Anyway, so she was just in town she's had a lot of trouble. She makes her own glaze because matte white is a really hard glaze to procure and find, probably because it's really hard to make.
Right.
So
of course, it's the most difficult thing.
I know, right?
So everything she does is matte white.
Everything she does is matte white. I mean, she dabbles with other colors. She works. Her studio is actually moved from our basement now to my mother-in-law, our in-laws, who's right down the street. They're a block away, and she loves dealing with lots of different colors. So. So sometimes Emma does things with colors, but what she does mostly for me is vases, compotes, like
footed bowls.
Yeah, footed bowls and stuff.
And I know you had them at the flower show.
Mm-hmm.
Are you selling them in any other way?
Yes, we actually just have a brand new website this year, and part of the thought behind that was to be able to add Pots by Emma onto our site. So she just has like really limited releases, especially she's just getting kind of back up where her glaze is working. She's had a time where her production has been very low and very frustrating behind the scenes. But so now she's got a bunch of vases coming out of the kiln, and it's so exciting. So
that's wonderful. So it's sort of like a sister business, a daughter business.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's so sweet. Yeah.
Anything else you want to mention before we wrap up? I mean, we could talk all day, but you know.
Not that I can think of.
I mean,
really.
You've got so much on your plate. We'll make sure people know how to sign up for your newsletter, follow you on Instagram. They probably already are. Come to beyond this Saturday and the 13th. Do you have any other events in 2025?
We are doing on the 20th. I will be at Christensen's Nursery, which is one of my favorite places in all the lands.
Yes.
Doing a bouquet workshop. They have a fall festival that they kick off every year. They've got the huge giant pumpkins contest for that.
Fun.
And it's just kind of tradition that I do a fall bouquet making class there. But yes, that will be happening. We'll probably do one last hurrah at the field, TBD. Do you know when this will air?
It will probably air on the 24th.
Oh, okay. Well, we will probably squeak in one more
Okay.
event. So,
Okay.
yes, if you're watching this, then just check our calendar
And
on
your
our
Instagram.
website. Yeah.
Oh, your website and
Yeah.
on Instagram. This has been so great. I cannot believe it took me all year to get here, but I'm glad we finally
Came at a good time.
I did. I came on a beautiful day, and it's just so fun to follow what you're doing and see how you've harnessed your obsession with growing dahlias into this amazing business that is touching people all over the country and bringing joy to people through the message that you're sharing, which is let these flowers love you, which I think is so special.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Anne.
Yeah, thanks.
Perfect. Okay, introduce us to Steph.
Okay, this is my longtime friend Stephanie Ware, and this is her land that I farm on, and she's gracious enough to put up with our hoses and our mud and everything for September, basically, for this beauty. Yeah, but we have known each other for probably like 10 years, and the thing that one of the things I love most about Steph and Levi is the Melodic Caring Project, the nonprofit that they run. So take it from here, Steph. Tell us about it.
So, well, thank you.
Yeah.
We are thrilled to have them on the property and be, field partners
Yeah.
in this really wonderful journey, this flower journey, and get to be surrounded by so many gorgeous flowers. So, yeah, at the warehouse.
Yeah.
Totally.
So what is your nonprofit?
Our nonprofit's called Melodic Caring Project, and we support kids and families in hospitals. Actually, it's all ages now. And we started out 15 years ago live streaming concerts to kids in hospitals. And then the artists on stage give shout outs to support them and just help them not feel so alone in what they're going through. And then the whole crowd at the venue would cheer. So we've worked with all sorts of artists all over, and the beauty of technology is we can stream and support families, patients all over the world. And now it's grown. We support all ages. We have a music therapist on our team, so we do one-on-one music therapy sessions, and we do weekly group music and art therapy sessions. So we've teamed up with a NASA astronaut to put artwork that the patients created on to an astronaut suit that went up to space and was
So cool.
I know, it's so cool. Debuted on the International Space Station.
Oh my goodness.
They also co-wrote a song all together, which was debuted up in space.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, which is so cool. So
Technology's amazing.
technology's amazing, art is amazing, therapy, just good people. That's amazing. So yeah, that's what we do.
Have you guys partnered to do any cross promotions or?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did. We did more last year. Anne is gracious. She helps with our florals for our local fundraisers and events. And you did an online fundraiser to support Melodic just recently with tuber sales. So we team up. We did
that's wonderful.
We did an event in the field last year, and
We've got another one coming up this year.
yes,
Yeah.
and then we auctioned off at our gala this last year. Cocktail hour in the Dahlias with bouquet making. So we're trying to coordinate those two.
How wonderful.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the beauty of this relationship. One, we get to see Anne and Taylor and everybody so much more because they're just lovely people and we love being around them. And then, we get these gorgeous flowers on the property.
Like music, they have healing properties,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing. I will be sure to put a link to your website and anything you've got coming into our show notes so people can see.
Thanks.
And I think just to comment on how this happened very organically, but Anne, you are probably approached for a lot of causes, and it's really nice to say this is your home base and your
Yeah.
core cause,
For sure.
to partner with a nonprofit that you believe in. So
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because just like the flowers grow very organically, my business has grown very organically and has basically been birthed from out of relationship. And
I can tell that.
yeah, yeah. So that's the only way that it will grow. That's the only way that I grow. Is by really cool people being my friend. It's so sweet. And yeah, I'm a firm believer in better together.
Yes.
And honestly, it all kind of comes back to relationship, because one of the things that I love most about Melodic is that literally you've seen these friendships of kids that are kind of basically confined to their bedrooms, being connected and having another best friend that's in their same situation that they are, and they've got connection. They can lift each other up when one's having a good day, the other one can be having a bad day, and they can chat. Like I literally have chills all over my body. Just every single gala that happens, you hear more and more stories, and you're like, it's just an incredible organization.
Love that.
And it's just, our kids went to school together, so that's how I know Steph and Levi. But yeah, I think it's just kind of keeping your head up and looking around and being like, hey, you're cool.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah. What can we do together?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Teaming up with people that are on their own in their own unique ways, doing really cool, amazing, awesome things.
Yeah.
And you do get to look out the window and see these dahlias, right?
It's yes. And I try to
That's
get
why I
out
start with
here
the
more.
whites there, because she's also kind of monochromatic, you know, like me. Yeah.
Yes, I designed our home, and so been very intentional of like how it looks, and so it's just been really fun.
I love it. Well, thanks for wearing gorgeous corduroy pants that match the dahlias.
I guess
know,
I
what?
didn't even know.
What? They're so cute. I love them so much. I really want those pants.
We can borrow many times.
Okay. You're so
We
smart.
share things, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we do.
we do.
Okay, I'm borrowing. We're going to have a who wore it well. Who wore it better?
I love that. Let's do it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, send me the picture.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I wasn't planning on this. I was
Yeah.
just going to come say
I know,
hi.
but you know, it's much better to hear from the person who is doing the work than to make
Aw.
Anne try to explain it. So
Yeah.
There you go. But
I'll
she
have
does
so
a
many
great
words.
job explaining it,
Oh,
though.
thanks, Steph.
Yeah.
It's close to my heart, so.
I'm sure. Yeah.